Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a chatty makeup look, which is going to be inspired by my nails. So these are false nails. This is a extension tips with dipping powder, and the iridescence of these nails is very similar to an eyeshadow that I have, as well as a highlighter and a lip gloss. So we're going to be doing a look with those today. So let me just find everything that I need. These products that I'm using are from a brand named Question Beauty, which is an Aotearoa New Zealand brand. And I had been looking at their stuff for a while. This was quite a while ago when I first purchased it. Obviously it's special occasion makeup, so I don't wear it very often. But it was advertised to me on Instagram back when I still had Instagram, and it just looked absolutely mesmerizing. So I ended up treating myself to some of their products, and I found them mostly good. I've got fluff on my nose, sorry, that's why I keep wiping it and I can't get it off. It's very itchy. What is it? How annoying. Maybe not as amazing as I expected, but still nice products. So certainly more expensive than the usual makeup that I would buy, so I guess because of that I expected more. But the pigments are stunning. The pigments are beautiful, as you'll see shortly. This is an iridescent colour and it's called True Hollow. So, sorry, my fingers are dirty from playing with my daughter this morning. It's just paint that I can't get it off. So, let's just begin. First of all, I already have done my base because I've already been out of the house this morning, but it was a very rushed one, so we might do a few touch-ups. But what I'm wearing on the base is this Lumi Glotion by L'Oreal in the colour Fair Glow. And usually I'd also be wearing my SPF. However, today is a rest day for me, so I'm intending to stay inside, hopefully all day. So I didn't put that on this morning. Brows were just very quickly done. So I'll just do a wee touch up with my Essence brow powder set. But I'm not going to focus too much on the other makeup. This is going to be mostly focused on the holographic makeup that I have. I hope that you've been well. It's been busy as always in my life. Very busy. A lot of sickness coming into spring here, and then that meant a lot of time off of childcare for my daughter, so there was a lot of time together, which was lovely. Like, don't get me wrong, quality time with her is really means the world to me, but it did mean no time at all for myself, and also no time for me and my partner. So It was a challenge, but we did it. The sickness was the worst part. Oh my gosh. The sicknesses this year. The flu that I got this year was horrendous. It just knocked me back for like a good month at least. I'm using my Dermacol makeup cover in, it's like the second shade, but it's actually the lightest shade. Literally the tiniest bit goes the longest way, and I just gonna go over some of these wee blemishes that I didn't really bother to do much with. Washing out the door today. Yeah, so we're only just starting to get back into routine after a load of sickness and time off and school holidays and going away, which was lovely but stressful. We have a 3-nager at home at the moment, and they do say that for a good reason. Yeah, so that's been my life for the last couple of months, and then, oh my gosh, there's just fluff everywhere today. Oh my gosh, what is going on? I also used my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil and Hot Chocolate on my brows as well this morning. Probably need to do an update on my brow tattoo removal, but then I kind of want to wait a little bit longer because I have had my 3rd session now. I'm hoping it'll be the last, but it's I think it's unlikely that it will be. I've got a little bit of this blush on my cheeks, Wet n Wild lip and cheek colour and Berry True, and that's it. Oh, mascara. I did mascara, which in hindsight is silly because now I'm doing an eye look, but I didn't know that that's what I'd be doing today. So my lips actually feel really dry and I don't have any lip balm, so I'm literally going to do shit backwards, and I'm going to use this lip gloss first. So this is, doesn't have a name on it. I think it's also just called True Hollow, yeah. So the cool thing that Question Beauty do, look at that, is they match their pigment, so you can get like a lip gloss and eyeshadow pigment and all that to match. So you can do like a cohesive look. So, look out of there. So this is a really light lip gloss. Still feels moisturizing, and the particles are not grainy. Like you can feel them, but they're not abrasive. So that's nice. But it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. It does rub off onto everything. So everything becomes glittery. But gorgeous. It really is stunning. What else can I catch you up on? What else has been happening? This is just a white eyeliner. Essence again. You know I love that cheap makeup. It's actually a good brand though at the same time. It's being cheap. About a month ago, my partner and I decided that we wanted to adopt a greyhound. So in New Zealand, all the greyhounds here are bred through the racing industry, and So I've always loved greyhounds. I find them really like majestic. I do love big dogs. I've always wanted a big dog, but just my living circumstances at the time were more conducive to small dogs. So I've had 2 small dogs in my life, both Spitzers, and this is my first big dog. So my partner's had a couple of big dogs before, but yeah, we started that process, and it took them didn't take them too long, maybe a week or less to reply to my application, and then another 2 weeks I think it was for them to come and do a home check, do a home visit. They bring one of their pet greyhounds in just to meet the cat. We have a cat. Meet German Spitz, and just, you know, experience having a greyhound in the house because we've never had before. While I'm talking, I'm going to be applying all about that base, which is the base that I use for the loose pigment. So I'm just going to pat that onto my eyes. So yeah, it seemed like the most painful week, those 2 weeks, until we could have the home visit and, you know, kind of get the go ahead to be home for a greyhound. And after that it was like another anxious wait. There's no sunshine today, unfortunately, so you can't see the true brilliance of these pigments, but look how perfectly that matches. But it is holographic. Let me find a brush. I don't wear eyeshadow very much, so I have not the best idea of where any of my brushes are. Oh, there we go, this one. Just going to use this flat brush. I'm actually just going to use what's in the lid because that's plenty. And just put it on. Yeah, so the whole time we were like nervous, like, because you're not really sure, you know. Neither of us have experience with greyhounds, so it's an entirely new breed, and they are kind of their own thing. They've got their own quirks and their own needs, and obviously they've not had a home before, so everything's quite new to them, and it's a big learning process for a dog that's spent, you know, all of its life in kennels. Look at that. Again, it's not going to come up on camera very nicely because it is not sunny today. Wow, look at that. That is so, it's like, wow. Boom. Let's do this way. More base. So yeah, it was like nerves and then waiting, you know, because they match you with a dog, so that's why they come, they meet you, they get as much information. Obviously we have a family, we've got kids including a young child, we've got a cat, we've got a small dog. So, and then we just said, you know, they ask you like, what kind of personality are you looking for? So obviously a dog that's good with all of those things, and wanted cuddly, like affectionate, and no previous racing injuries or other injuries, because we want to be active with the dog. My partner wants to work up to taking the dog for runs or jogs, you know, that sort of thing. So greyhounds, of course, are typically sprinters, but they actually can also jog alongside you if they're motivated to do so, if they've got the energy and the ability, like in terms of not being injured, like no previous injuries. So we were thinking, you know, we've got all these different requirements, it's going to take a long time. How can we be patient? We literally had the feeling of like we miss this dog already. We miss the dog already and we don't even know it. Like we felt that space for our dog in our home and in our hearts, and we just were waiting. We didn't have to wait very long. We did not have to wait very long. I love the packaging for this. It's mostly child safe, I would say. Spill proof, very important. Yeah, so that's that. It's just coming across as silver over the camera, I think, but it is in fact a holographic silver in person, especially in the sunlight. Yeah, so we didn't have to wait very long, and I received the call from the lovely volunteer who does amazing work for one of the adoption agencies, and she said, we have a dog here who you might want to meet. It was a beautiful day and we met him. His name is Miles. To be decided whether we're keeping that name. Spoiler alert, we got him. But we met him and it was just like an instant connection. It didn't take long for us to be like, yeah, he's coming on with us. We didn't have anything ready for him at home. So this was a Saturday, like today's Monday. So this was Saturday and we rushed around, got him a crate, got him a bed, some toys, food bowl, and he came with a lead, muzzle and a collar, brand new collar that I got to pick out, and it's a pineapple collar. I can hear him, he's lying down. Oh wait, I wonder if he'll come in or not. Greyhounds do sleep a lot. I've had a lot of people say to me, how are you going to cope with the exercise needs? And that's a common misconception. They actually make noodly couch potatoes. So they need a lot of rest and a lot of sleep, and they love just chilling at home. Obviously he's young enough, I didn't tell you, he's 2 next month. He's young enough that he's got that energy. Like who came to say hello? He woke up because my partner came home. Look at this beautiful boy. Hey. Looking at yourself. This is a beautiful boy. Good boy. Got all my makeup out. Say hi. There's lots of exploring, lots of learning for him, but he's doing really well. See, so the exposure's on. He's in here, he's in the darkness. He's doing a big stretch. I don't know if you can see because the lighting is being annoying. What have I got? There we go. You can see him there. There he is. There he is. Decided to join us and have a snooze in the bedroom. So that's lovely. I have to remember where I was up to now. Oh, I was talking about going to meet him. And then we rushed around, got him a bed, got him a crate. And then there's a few things we still haven't got yet, but we had enough for him to come home. So I texted the head volunteer and I said, can he come home to us tomorrow, Sunday? So she said yes. I could bring him round in the morning and they'd do a cat introduction and just, leave him with us from there. So they came around yesterday morning and it was a day full of nerves, excitement, anticipation, adjusting to the first day with this massive dog in our house. And not only that, but a massive sight hound who we need to cat train. So we said, yes, we'll be up for the challenge, we can do it. We don't need to wait for him to go into foster with the cat. I have lost my brush. Oh, there. I'm just messing around with my eyebrows while I chat to you because they're bugging me. And yeah, so yesterday was like full on, so full on. We just spent the whole day at home except for going for a couple of walks as a family, just short ones around the block, which he did really well with, and it was just a lot of chaos yesterday, which he really took in his stride and coped really well with everything. He's come to us unraised. Usually, from my understanding, that just means that they either were too slow or didn't have enough of a drive, enough of a prey drive to go after the lure, and that sort of thing. So we're very lucky to have him with us, unraised. He's never had any injuries. He's young, he's energetic. For a greyhound. Well, yeah, we feel very, very lucky to have him, and he's just slotted in beautifully. Big learning curve for everyone, especially for the kids and for him and the cat. So we're doing a little bit of crate time where we do the cat training every day, a couple times a day, for however long that takes until he gets used to our cat. And then he'll be muzzled around the cat on lead outside of the crate, and then we just progress from there until they become friends. But he's doing really well with that. He's just doing really well with everything. Just taking everything in his stride, and we're getting to know each other. And he's getting to know our family life and our family routine. So the next couple of weeks will be just lots of settling time, taking it slow, lots of patience and compassion, and yeah, getting the kids used to living with them as well. I forgot that I was doing my makeup. This is the broken package. Really shitty, cheap plastic. Did not rate the packaging at all. I could have done much better. This is their highlighter, and this is in the shade Dewy Rainbow. Honestly, the promo pics with us looked way better than it does in person, but it is still very pretty. Again, really needs sunlight to showcase. I'll insert a clip from a while back now when I first got these. Because it was a beautiful sunny day and I was like, oh, I need to capture this because it just looked really shiny and beautiful. Yeah, I'm just applying that with my finger. I feel like that's the best way because otherwise it kind of all absorbs into the brush. But yeah, I'm not really impressed with the highlighter. I wouldn't purchase a highlighter again. I think there's better ones out there for less money. But the pigment and the lip gloss I really do like. I'd like to try more of their pigments, especially. I think they're really beautiful. Anyway, put over that on the cheeks, and I'll be done. Have I done everything I want to do? Because I've obviously already done the brows and the lashes. The weather is getting warmer, which I love. Spring and summer are my seasons, so that's wonderful. My mood picks up so much when the weather is warmer. And yeah, I will keep you updated with our beautiful new boy, and I'll also let you know the final decision on his name, whether we're keeping it or not. Yeah, thank you for watching. This is the final look, but again, I'll insert some footage. So that's it, at its full potential in the sunlight. Please take care of yourself and those around you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.